The Pandya Kingdom. The Pandya kingdom refers to the Pandyas of Mahabharata period, about whom we only know from the traditional legends and epics. Of this ancient Pandya kingdom was a king known as Sarangdhwaj, Sarangdhwaj, Sarangodhaj, had taken part in the epic war of Mahabharata. This Pandya kingdom and its landmarks such as Rishabh Mountain, Agastya and Varuna Tirthas, Kumari, Thamir, Parni, Gokarni, etc. find their place in Mahabharata. The other references, which may or may not be historically correct, link them with the events of Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, the Pandya kings were allies of the Pandavas. However, the Pandya Empire was a dynasty which finds its place in the Sangam literature. And later sources show their rule till 15th century AD. The territory was also known as Pandya country. The Pandya kings adopted the fish or a pair of fishes as their family crest. Extent of the Pandya Empire. The Pandya country, as per the traditions, extended from Pudukkottai district to Kanyakumari in south, and Achan Kovil river in Kerala west to river Vegai, Madurai in east. Again, from Pudukkottai, Podukottai district to Kanyakumari in the south, and from Achan Kovil river, Achan Kovil river in Kerala in west to river Vegai, Vegai, Madurai in east. The kingdom was originally divided into 5 principalities, which were known as 5 Pandyas. The early day capital of Pandyas is Korkai, Korkai. Capitals and main cities. Korkai, which is now an insignificant village in Tamil Nadu, was the commercial capital and important port of the Pandya kingdom. Korkai has been a cradle of South Indian civilization, and as per traditions, it is considered the home of 3 brothers who were supposed to have founded the Pandya, Chera and Chola kingdoms. Korkai was the center of pearl trade, and this trade was the chief source of the wealth for the Pandya kings. Today, Korkai is located 6 kilometers from the coast. The shift is because of the silting up of the delta, which rendered Korkai inaccessible to ships. After Korkai, the commercial capital of Pandyas was shifted to a new port of at a time old Kayal, which were about 1.5 kilometers from the mouth of the river Tambraparni and located in present Tinnevelly district, Tinnevely. Now the visit of Marco Polo. Marco Polo landed in the Pandya Empire at Kayal in 13th century, and impressed by the wealth and magnificence of the king, prince as well as people, tagged it as the richest kingdom in existence. However, the same silting process in 14th century caused the abandonment of the Kayal too, and the Portuguese were compelled later to shift their business to a port of Tuticorin, Tuticorin, which was free from silting of delta. The capital of Pandyas was later shifted to Madura, which is now termed as Madurai. Now Madura, the later capital of Pandyas. Madura, the later capital of Pandyas, was the central seat of Tamil Sangam literature. Today, Madurai is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities. Madras was located on the banks of river Vaigai in Tamil Nadu. Madurai, not Madras. Madurai was located on the banks of river Vaigai in Tamil Nadu. As early as 3rd century BC, Megasthenes visited Madurai and quoted this city as Mathura in his document Indica. Quoted this city as Mathura, Methora, in his written document Indica, Indika. In Sangam literature, Madura finds a special place in Mathura Kanki, Mathurai a Pathinane Mal Kanaku anthology, Pathinenmelkanakku anthology. Anthology means a published collection of poems or other pieces of writing, or a collection of songs or musical composition issued in one album. This work praises a Pandya king, Nedun Chezhian, Nedunchezhivan. Similarly, Madura has been described by Pliny, Ptolemy and Strabo too. Pliny, Pliny, Strabo, Strabo, and Ptolemy, Ptolemy. Now, political history of Pandyas. No continuous history of the Pandya kings prior to 12th century AD has been clearly written. In the Maurya period, the Pandya kingdom was independent. One of the Pandya kings had sent an embassy to Augustus Caesar. Pandya kingdom was well known to Greeks and Romans for its pearl trade. Many Roman coins have been found on many places in Pandya Empire, which shows an existence of a well-developed trade between the Romans and the Pandyas in the early centuries. It is known that one of the Pandya kings had sent an embassy to Augustus Caesar. Augustus was the founder of the Roman Empire and its first emperor, who ruled from 27th BC until his death in 14 AD. He was born Gaius Octavius into an old and wealthy equestrian branch of the plebeian Octavi family. This has been taken from the source Wikipedia. Now the first Pandya Empire. Post Sangam period, the first Pandyan Empire was established by a king named Kadungon, Kadungon, who defeated Kalabras, Kalabras, in the 6th century AD. The successors of Kadungon, Kadungon, indulged in fighting with the nearby Chera and Chola kings. Huan Tasang, who visited in the 6th century AD, travelled up to Kanchi, which was the southernmost part of his itinerary. He has mentioned the people of this area as Malakotai, Malakottai. Malakotai may refer to the Pandyan kingdom. Huan Tasang mentions that the people in this region little cared for learning. There were Buddhist monasteries which were almost in ruins. R-U-I-N-S. The last Pandya king of this first Pandyan Empire was Maravarman Rajsimha II. Maravarman, Maravarman Rajsimha II, Rajasimha II. Maravarman Rajsimha II, who ruled from 900 to 920 AD. He was a contemporary of the Chola king Parantaka Chola I, Parantaka, Parantaka, Chola, Chola, one who overran his kingdom and captured Madura. Parantaka Chola I, after his victory, earned the title of Madurai Konda, Madurai Raikonda. Rajasimha too fled to Ceylon after this defeat and returned to Kerala, where he lived in low profile under a Chera king. The great Rajaraja Chola I, Rajaraja Chola I in 1000 AD reduced the Pandya Empire akin to the other kingdoms of south to a tributary, and after that it continued for a century or even long under the Cholas. In the turn of the 13th century, a vassal of the Chola Empire, Vassal, named Jatavarman Kulasekaran I, Jatavarman Jatavarman Kulasekaran Kulasekaran I ascended to the Madura throne in 1290. Turned rebel to Cholas, the Chola invaded him and sacked Madurai. Jatavarman Kulasekaran I surrendered to the Chola king Koluthunga with wife and son, and acknowledging his surrender, he was returned his capital. But during this, the ancient coronation hall of Pandyas in Madurai was destroyed, and it also destroyed the records, if any, of the previous Pandyas. This was the reason that the history of Pandyas lost in obscurity, because of the actions of Jatavarman Kulasekaran I. Now the Sundara Pandyan, to take revenge of this assault, younger brother of Kulasekaran named Maravarman Sundara Pandyan, who came into power in 1216. In 1216 AD, invaded the Chola kingdom. The armies of the Sundara Pandyan sacked the cities of Thanjore and Urayur of Chola kings and drove the Chola kings out in exile. His armies marched up to Chidambaram, and in memory of this victory, Sundar Pandyan conducted a Thulabaram, Thulabaram, at the Chidambaram temple and donated wealth equal to his weight. But victory of Sundar Pandyan over Cholas was followed by a march of the Hoysala army towards Srirangapattam, Rangapattam, Srirangapattam. Kingdom of the Cholas was returned after interference of Hoysala king Veer Balala III. But now Cholas accepted suzerainty of the Sundar Pandyan. This was the revival of the second Pandyan Empire. Jatavarman Sundara Pandyan. After Maravarman Sundara Pandyan, we know about his successor Jatavarman Sundara Pandyan, 1251 to 61. He was a mighty conqueror who invaded Ceylon and carried off the great booty. The famous tooth relic of Buddha was now included in this booty. With this victory, Jatavarman Sundara Pandyan was called Second Rama for plundering the island of Sri Lanka. He covered the Sri Rangam temple, Srirangam, with gold. He also conflicted with the Kakatiya kings of Warangal, Kakatiya, Kakatiya kings of Warangal. Now the invasion of Malik Kafur. Early in the 14th century, a dispute arose about the succession of the Pandya throne, and one of the claimants appealed to the Sultan of Delhi, Alauddin Khilji, for help. This probably resulted in an invasion by the Sultan's forces in 1310 under Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur sacked, looted Madura, and marched up to Rameshwaram, where he erected a mosque. After that invasion, the Pandya kings ruled sporadically at undefined territories, and a sort of confusion was there. Malik Kafur was followed by two other expeditions from the Delhi Sultanate, in 1314 led by Khusrau Khan, and in 1323 led by Ulugh Khan. What happened to Pandyas after that, very little is known. Later, Muhammad bin Tughlaq created a southern province and placed Sayyid Jalal Uddin Ahsan as its governor. In 1333 AD, Sayyid declared his independence and created Madurai Sultanate. Madurai Sultanate was replaced by the Nayak governors who kept on ruling until arrival of British.